Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to design a PDF reader. So before starting the development of the PDF reader, first I'm going to show you a quick overview of the app which we are going to develop throughout this entire series. So I'm going to open this, and here my app is, that is PDF reader. When I click on this, the app opens, and here you can see this. For every PDF available in my device, there is a custom layout which I have designed, and I have set these all in the recycler view. One image and one text is here. It's showing the name of that PDF. Okay, so I haven't set this custom name to this one. These are actually being fetched from the internal storage. So I have only two PDF and I have copied it and pasted it again. That's why you can see the similar names. So not worry about that. So when I click on this, it will open the PDF, and here you can see this. You can read this. You can zoom inside this one. Just double click on this. You can zoom it, and here you can see this. You can zoom more. You can zoom out like this one. It actually works as exact PDF reader. So I'm going to show you how to design this one. Okay, so let me close this app and create new project. Select empty activity and click on next. I'm going to select this API 16 and name this one btechdays PDF reader and click on finish. And I've selected this API 16 and it will create a project within few seconds. So you can see this, my Gradle build is running. So we have to wait for a few seconds. And almost my task is done. Okay, here you can see this. Now I'm going to start this, and let's check what will show initially when I start this app. So we started this one. Gradle build is running and it's being installed in my device, and here you can see this btechdays PDF reader, hello world. Nothing is inside this one. So now this is a fresh app on which we are going to work. So let me stop this. And first thing what we have to do is we have to actually add a recycler view in our main activity. So go to resources, go to layout, and here we have this activity underscore main. So double click on this, and first we have to remove this one, that is text view. I don't need this. And before even starting coding over here, I need to actually add two drawable file. One is for PDF icon, you can download it from Google, and another is for background for this one. So let me just open that. This one. Let me close this. And here we have two images. One is for PDF and one is for background. So I'm going to copy this and move back over here and paste in the drawable. Select this one, not this drawable -p24. Never select this one. Select this one and click on OK and click on OK. Now here you can see this. I have one PDF and one W2 over here. Okay, so now we have the image inside this one. Now we have to start coding inside this one. So first I'm going to change the layout first. I don't want to work on the constraint layout. I'm going to work on the linear layout here. After this, I'm going to add the background inside this one. So I'm going to type background, add the red drawable and W2. I've added this one, and here you can see this. Now we can see the drawable over here. Let me just make this one a little bit large. Yeah. After this, we need to put one recycler view inside this one. So I'm going to put the recycler view like this. And I'm going to set this one to match parent and match parent. And we need to set some ID. So ID will be recycler view. So I'm going to keep it simple, RV. Okay. So here you can see this. Now 0, 1, 2, 3 items is visible over here. It means that recycler view is now ready inside this one. After this, what we have to do is we have to create a custom layout for each PDF file. Here you can see this inside this one. I'm going to design this layout. Here you can see this. For every PDF, there is a layout attached to that, which contains a fixed image and some text. So I'm going to design that. So go to layout, right click on this, click on new, and after that select this activity. We need to create a layout resource file. Just click on this and it will ask for the name. So I'm going to name this one RV underscore item, that is the cycle view item, and click on OK. This will create a new resource file, and here you can see this. Inside this one, first thing what I have to do is I'm going to just remove this constraint layout to card view. I need a card view, this one. Here we go. After this, we have to set some properties for this one. So I'm going to set some, first I'm going to change this one height to wrap content. After this, I'm going to set some layout margin top to 8 dp, margin end to 8 dp. After this, I'm going to set some card elevation. So card elevation will be of 8 dp. After this, card corner radius, I'm going to make the corner a little bit of curve. So I'm going to set this one 8 dp. After this, I'm going to set some card elevation. We have set this card corner radius. I'm going to set margin layout. So here we have to set layout margin start. I'm going to set this one to 8 dp. And after this, I'm going to set the ID for this one. So ID will be PDF underscore card view. Okay, inside this card view, we need two stuff. First is one image view and one text view. Okay, so we are going to put that in a layout. So I'm going to create one layout, that is linear layout, and I'm going to name this one match parent for the width, and the height will be 200 dp. You can decrease or increase it as per your choice. So I'm going to set the orientation for this one. So orientation will be vertical, and I'm going to set the padding. So padding will be 8 dp. After this, inside this linear layout, we need two stuff. First is image view. So I'm going to add one image view inside this one, image view, and I'm going to set the width to match parent, and I'm going to set the height to 150 dp. After this, I'm going to set some margin start. I'm going to set this one to 5 dp. After this, I'm going to set the margin top to 5 dp. Finally, I'm going to set the image inside this one. So src @drawable, and that is PDF, which I have added initially. You can download it from the Google. You can easily find the one PDF icon. Here you can see this. This is match parent, and the height is 150 dp. Okay, after this, we have set the image. Now I'm going to set the ID for this one. So ID will be PDF underscore image view, and I'm going to put some margin from the left to, so margin left, layout margin left to 5 dp, like this one. Now our image view ready. Below this, I'm going to put one text view inside this one. So I'm going to create a text view. So like this, text view, and this will be match parent, and height will be 30 dp. After this, I'm going to set the ID for this one. So ID will be PDF underscore txt name. I've set this ID for this one. I'm going to set the text so that we can see the difference. So I'm going to set this one to name, and here you can see this. The name is visible over here, and it's very light off black color. And we're going to put some margin padding as well. So first I'm going to set the text size. So I'm going to set the text size to 50 sp. After this, I'm going to set the single line, because I need only single line inside this one. So make this one true. After this, elevation, not elevation, ellipse size, I'm going to set this one to marquee. After this, I'm going to set this marquee repeat limit, and I'm going to set this one to marquee forever. After this, I'm going to set this scroll horizontally, make this one true. These stuff are clearly understandable by their names, so I don't think I need to explain these stuff that have what is this text size, what is text, what is ID. Okay, so after this, I'm going to set some layout margin start. So I'm going to set the margin start to 5 dp, and I'm going to set some margin end, and also I'm going to set this one to 5 dp. After this, I'm going to put some padding, and this will be 6 dp. Okay, now Now this one is looking nice, and I'm going to set the height to 50 dp, and we have to set the center text color. I'm going to set this one to black, and you can see this now. This is clearly visible. Initially it was a little bit off white, so we have set the color to black. Okay, sorry, off black. Now this one is black. Now our card view is ready. After this, what we have to do is we have to make the app exactly same as I have shown you inside this one. So we have to change the color for this one. Here you can see this primary color and the secondary color. In this one the color is different, so I'm going to change the color first. So move back inside this one, the values and colors, and I'm going to change this one purple 500 and purple 700. Why I'm going to change this one? Because inside the themes, and if you go to theme, here you can see this in the color primary, this purple 500 is set, and for the color primary variant, this purple 700 is set. So I'm going to change these two colors over here, that is 500 and 700. So I'm going to change this one first. So this will be 0076E1. If you need exactly same as mine, then you can set this color code. Otherwise, you can choose any color code as per your choice. So 0V599F. And now our color code is ready. Now I'm going to start the app. Move back over here. And let's check. Yeah, here you can see this btech days PDF reader. Now the color is good. So next thing what we have to do is, we are going to take the permission of the user to read their internal storage. For that, first thing what we have to do is just move back inside this Android manifest file, and here first we have to give user permission. Inside this one we have to give the permission for Android or permission read external storage, because from the external storage we are going to fetch all the PDF files and show in our app. So that's why we need this permission. Now we also have to ask from the user to allow or deny when we request for the permission. For that task will be simplified with the help of this dependency, that is Dexter. Here move back over here, and here you can see this Dexter is an Android library that simplifies the process of requesting permission at the runtime. In this GIF you can see it will ask a permission like this one whenever our app is open for the first time, and it actually make our stuff easy. So we have to just copy this dependency and move back. If you want to read more, then you can just visit this URL and you can read about this other stuff in the detail. And move back to the Android Studio and go to the Gradle, build.gradle, and here we have to paste the dependency. So I'm going to make some space over here, and I'm going to paste this one. Make sure your system is connected with the internet. So I'm going to stop this one and just click on sync now. And here you can see this Gradle build is running, and now our program or our project is syncing. Here you can see this. It will take few seconds. After this, what we have to do is we have to simply move into this one over here, that is our com.example.whatever you project name you have given to this one. Here we have to create one Viewholder class. So I'm going to right click on this, and Java class, and I'm going to name this one main Viewholder and click on enter. Inside this one we have to write some code. So we have actually two variables, that is one is the name and one is card view. So I'm going to first we have to extend this one, the recycler view. So recycler view dot Viewholder, and inside this one if I click on this and create the constructor matching super. So I'm not going to do this for now because I need to create this public. First we need text view, and I'm going to name this one txt name. After this we need one card view because we are going to attach a card view to each PDF file. So I'm going to name this one card view, and this will be the card view like this. After this we are going to create a parent matching super. So click on this, create constructor matching super. Yeah, here you can see this, and if this one is visible in your device, then you have to just delete this part. Okay, after this make some space over here, and we have to write txt name is equal to item view. We are going to extract this from this item view dot find view by id r.id. We have set the id, that is pdf underscore txt name for that text view, and after this we have set card view name to item view dot find view by id r.id dot We have set that name to PDF card view, right? So I'm going to select this one, and our task for this main view holder is done. After this, let me just close this one, and I'm going to close this one too, and this one too. After this, and this one as well, I don't need this one. Okay, so after this, we are going to create one adapter class for this one. So right click on this, select new, select class, and here we have to name this main adapter. Hit enter. This will create a new class. Inside this one, I'm going to extend this class with recycler view dot adapter, and inside this one we have to pass the view holder. So our view holder name is main view holder. You can see this. After this, you have to just make some space and click on this one and implement methods. Select these all and click on OK. This will implement all the method. Okay, before we write anything inside this one, first let me make some space, and here we need actually two stuff, that is private context, and I'm doing this one context, and another thing is private, and we need list, and this is of file type, and press Alt Enter so that it can actually import the library. Here you can see this, it's imported two library, one is for file, one is for list. I'm going to name this list, that is PDF files. Okay, remove these stuff if you have this, like this one, and let me just remove this one too, like this. Yeah, now everything is in place. Now we have to create the constructor for this one. So either you can right click on this and click on generate, and you will see a pop-up like this, or you can simply click Alt and insert in your keyboard, and you will find a stuff like this one. Just click on constructor, select these two, and click on OK. This will create a constructor like this one. After this, move back inside this one, that is main view holder, and here by default it's returning null, so I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to return new main view holder. Inside this one we have to pass this layout inflator dot from, we have to pass the context, so we have already created this one over here, so context, and dot, we have to write inflate. Okay, inflate, and inside this one we have to type r dot layout dot, and we have created rv underscore items, and we have to pass parent in the second parameter, and the third one will be false. Just simply write like this. Now the task for this one is done. After this, in the holder, on bind view holder, we have to bind the view. Okay, so here we are going to extract this from the holder dot txt name dot set text, and I'm going to set that text from the PDF files dot get. We have to pass the position. We already have the index from here, so I'm going to write this position over here, and dot get name. I'm going to extract that name and I'm going to set that into the view holder. After this, holder dot txt name dot set selected, and make this one true. And now our task for this one is also done. Finally, we are going to fetch the count, the number of counts, how many PDF files in our device. So that will be in this list view. Whenever we actually call this main adapter with the help of this constructor, we are actually passing the values, the list file from the main activity, we are going to pass that, and that will be assigned to this one. So we are going to fetch the size for this one. So let me just fetch the size, so PDF files dot size, and now the task for this one is done. Now move back into the main activity, double click on this, and here first thing what we have to do is we have to create few variables over here. So make some space. First is private main adapter. I'm going to make this one main adapter, and I'm going to name this one adapter. After this, I'm going to create a private file and Alt Enter to import the library, or you can simply click on this, it will automatically import the library. Here you can see this. You can minimize this one, and file of, sorry, not file, this list of type file. Okay, and I'm going to name this one Alt Enter to import the list, and it will be PDF list. After this, I'm going to need one recycler view because we have to connect the view with the code as well. So recycler view, and set this one. Okay, so first we are going to ask for the permission from the user for that I'm going to write one method that will be the private void runtime permission. Okay, inside this one I'm going to use the Dexter. For that we have already added the dependency inside this one. Here you can see this. Now we can use the function available inside this one. So I'm going to close this one and move back over here, and here we have to simply type Dexter dot with context. Inside this one we have to pass this main activity dot this, and we have to write dot with permissions, not permissions, because we are going to ask for only one permission. So with permission, and inside this one we have to write manifest dot permission. This one is manifest dot permission, this one. After this we have to write read external storage dot with listener, and inside this one we have to pass for new permission listener, and when we type this one, automatically these three methods are override. Here at last you can see it's showing an error, so here we have to write this dot check. Inside this one, whatever you want to perform on this on permission granted you can write over here, and whatever you want to perform on this deny you can write over here. So let me start the app and let's check this time if it asks for the user permission or not. So I'm going to start this one, and its Gradle build is running, and now our activity is started. This time it's not asking for any permission because we haven't called this method inside this one, that is on create. So we have to call this method inside this one, that is runtime permission. Now restart the app and let's check this time. And here you can see this, allow bdays PDF reader to access photos, media and files. If I deny it, nothing happens. It actually opened this one. So when we deny, what we have to do is we have to keep asking for the permissions. So inside this one we have to write one line of code, that is permission token dot continue permission request. Now restart the app and let's check what will happen if I deny this time. Deny this one, and let's open again PDF reader. Oh sorry, not this one. We have to open btechdays PDF. So here we have this, and you can see this, it's again asking for the permission. So now the task for this one is done. Next thing what we have to do is, first we have to fetch all the details, all the PDF available in our device and store into the my files. Okay, so inside this one I'm going to create one new method. Let me just make some space over here, and here I'm going to write one method that is public, and this method is going to return an array list of type file, and the name of this method will be find PDF, and this method is going to accept one file. Okay, so array list, it's showing an error because it's expecting a return type of array list file, but we haven't returned anything yet. That's why it's showing an error. So that will be automatically resolved once we complete this method. So file, inside this one I'm going to name this one array list is equal to new array list, like this one. Here we have to create one file type. So file type array files is equal to file dot list files, like this one. After this we have to write a for loop. So for, and this is advanced for loop, so that's why file single file. I'm going to search for this one and just put this colon and files. Inside this one we are going to check that if single file dot is directory and not single file is hidden. Okay, if this is true, then array list dot add all, and inside this one we have to pass find PDF. Inside this one we have to pass single file, like this one. Now the task for this one is done. After this we have to write this else condition, and inside this one we are going to check that if single file dot get name dot ends with dot pdf, and if this is true then add a list dot add, and we have to add this single file like this one. Okay, after this, now this array list find pdf is ready. Okay, so it's showing in errors because we haven't returned the file, so I'm going to return this one, return array list, and now when I write this, the error is automatically resolved. Next thing, we have to write one method that is to display the all pdf files. So I'm going to write this one over here. So public, and I'm going to write this void display pdf, and inside this one we are going to use this recycler view is equal to, and I'm going to connect this one with r.id, and we have given the name rv, and here I'm going to write this recycler view dot set has fixed size, make this one true. After this recycler view dot set, we have to set the layout manager new, and I'm going to set this grid layout manager, and this will be this, and I'm going to set the column count to 3. After this, we have to set this pdf list is equal to new array list, and set this one, we have to just put the colon at the last, and finally we have to write this pdf list dot add all, and set this one, we have to just add all, we have to find pdf, and we have to put this inside this one, that is environment dot get external storage directory, this one, the first one, and now we have to put this colon over here, and finally we have to set the adapter. So adapter is equal to new main adapter, and inside this one we have to pass this, and second is pdf list, not this pdf, yeah, pdf list. After this we have to just recycler view dot set adapter, we have to set the adapter. Inside this one we have to pass the adapter. Now this display pdf is ready. Next thing what we have to do is just we have to call this method over here. I'm going to copy this one, and when the user accept the permission that is allowed, then we have to call this method. So I'm going to start this once again, and let's see if this one working or not. So I'm going to start this one, and here you can see this. If I deny it, nothing is visible over here. So let me just close this once again, and I'm going to start this one, and I'm going to give the permission that is allow, and here you can see this every PDF from my device is visible over here. So if I click on this, nothing happens because we haven't coded for that. Okay, so here you can see this. You can also change the layout for this one. You can make this one on the right side like this, the row size. You have to make changes over here. Here you can just remove this, or you can change this count to 1. If you make this one 1, then it will be of only one box will be here. Here you can see this, we have only one. You can put it like this. You can change the alignment for the PDF. You can put the image over here and text on the right side, and in the same way you can change the views for this one too. Okay, so I'm going to revert it to the original position. So I'm going to start this one, and here you can see this. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to open this PDF. When I click on this, we are going to move to a new activity, and there you can actually see that PDF file. You can read it, you can zoom it, you can zoom out, everything will be performed. Okay, so stay tuned, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.